Eamon, apart from speeding up the game, bringing in more contests, more fielding, more forward play and more kicking, I suppose FRC has also taken a conscious decision to take a look at aggressive fouling, dissent, dealing with cynical play. Did that come back in the feedback from the public much?
It did, big time. It was, I think, the top two things that people didn't like was cynical behaviour and disrespect towards referees. So it was something that when we looked through the rule book ourselves, we were anxious to tidy them up. And these are the kind of things that we were looking at. The first one is the deliberate hold-up, that's now going to be categorised as a Category 2 infraction, a black card offence. So basically, players cottoned on to the fact that, when cynically stopping a player, if they managed to hold them up, they weren't going to get a black card. Okay. And, players are so strong and so conditioned nowadays that they were able to do a stop foul, but at the same time, make sure the player didn't fall to the ground. So
we've had an upgrade here now, potentially.
Yeah, we've an upgrade, so that will be a black card one. The second one, then, the head-to-head contact. There's one of the medical committees within the GAA have done a lot of work on that. At the moment, we're not sure whether it's going to fall on the FRC desk, but it's definitely something that the GAA are working on, and whether it'll come in for a special Congress or for the Congress in 2025 remains to be seen and has to be decided.
And Eamon, contributing to Melee is an age-old dilemma or part of the GAA, whatever way you want to look at it. What is the FRC's stance on contributing to Melee now?
Yeah, the thing with contributing to a Melee is that previously, as it stands, it's a Category 3 infraction, a straight red card if you're the third or subsequent person in. The problem with it is that referees aren't inclined to use it that much. They regard it as being too penal. We saw the famous time, the Armagh-Tyrone game above in Armagh City a couple of years ago, where David Goff did use it that time, but a lot of the time it isn't used. So we're trying to make it a bit easier for the referee to control that situation. So it's now going to be a black card offence. So anyone that's the third or subsequent player into Melee can be awarded a black card and ordered off for the 10 minutes. The only exception is if a player is coming in to try and pull a teammate out of the Melee. So that person doesn't get a black card, but again, it's just giving the referee a kind of maybe realistic power to deal with it, and hopefully, again, it'll make the referee's job a bit easier.
Can you give me the headline kind of news in terms of the FRC's approach to dealing with dissent?
Yeah, the big thing is the 50-metre penalty. That's what we've looked at, we discussed.
That's significant, Eamon.
It is significant, it's huge, but, a thing that we mentioned in our discussions a lot is about the give respect, get respect within the GAA, and to be honest about it, it's only hearsay at the moment. It's not a genuine message. Any game that you go to, there's a lot of, back chat, there's a lot of stuff that comes in from the sidelines. We kind of accept it maybe as part of our GAA culture, and it's something that we felt with the feedback that came through the surveys and our own deliberations, that it was something that if we were going to tackle, we had to tackle head on, or else just leave it as it is. And what we're hoping by the penalty being as penal as it is it'll just stamp it out of the game for once and for all, that players will stop challenging the authority of the referee. And the interesting one that is there is the number 2, the 13-metre free kick awarded against the team for dissent from any identifiable team officials or non-playing subs.
That really strikes me, because as you go down the levels in GAA particularly, this is where this is most identifiable. And I think we've mentioned a lot how transferable will these rules be to club level, but this is certainly one that could help build this new culture that you speak about, whereby if you bring it into grassroots, because the abuse that's hurled at a referee from the sideline, Eamon, across all levels, nearly except in go games, all the way upwards. And again, was this a highlight issue for you?
It was, big time. And look, I mean, the thing about it, Damien, I can't say that I was always perfect when I was on the sideline or as a player, but at the same time, we're trying to help. And, when you're talking there about the children's game in particular, and when you see adults shouting abuse in at a referee and you're talking about modelling behaviour, that's not the example I think any of us want as parents or as coaches or as teachers or whatever. That's not an example that we want for our young people. So, again, it's going all the way down the levels. We spoke earlier about the video review on a Tuesday, that if a player gets brought up 50 metres, I think you'd need maybe a player-led video analysis session the first time the manager does it and it's brought in. And look, it's basically like giving up a score. So if it happens late in a game and it decides a game, people will think about it very fast, and hopefully, again, it's going to be a positive thing. It's not meant to be a negative thing. It's coming from a positive space, again, to help our referees, again, around that culture of give respect, get respect. and we're hoping that it will help.
And a remarkable thing then with the final thing, Eamon, under 17 and below, a black card for dissent, but a player can be immediately replaced. So are you highlighting that dissent can't be tolerated, but yet acknowledging the age profile and not punishing the team by putting them a man down?
That's nail and head. That's exactly where it's coming from, Damien. That again, that technically speaking, the referee can give a player, particularly if they're very aggressive in their dissent, a red card. But we feel that, as people are learning and young people are learning, and particularly they learn from their mistakes, that if they get a black card and they get to cool the jets for 10 minutes, that might be enough. The team isn't being punished, and it gives them an opportunity to hopefully learn the lesson. And again, you're just giving the message that this isn't something we accept in our games, and hopefully will promote that positive culture going forward.
Thanks for all your help, Eamon.
No problem, Damien. More than welcome.